Hey, everyone. Come on in the room. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Oh, we are in for a good discussion today. We are in for a good discussion today. My. So I hope everybody has had an amazing week. Okay. Um, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on. Week before last, I was out in the Caribbean Ocean cruising and then came home and caught the cooties. Okay. Came down with a head cold and that kind of laid me out for a week. But I am back with the Wealthy Diva Live series, and I am so excited to be here today. Because, y'all, I'm telling you, what we are going to talk about today is you're just over broke. Not. Okay? You're just over broke. Not. All right? So I know you like, oh, Mary, what are you talking about today? Listen, we're going to jump right in today. I'm sure you have heard, okay, that people say that your job is you're just over broke. Okay, that's what job stands for. JOB is just over broke. And years ago, I fell for that. It sounded good. It's like, yeah, it's just over broke, and I'm leaving this job and I'm going out on my own and become an entrepreneur and all of that good stuff, right? Y'all, when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you speak better, all right? And people still literally to this day talk about your job being your just over broke. But I'm telling you, it is not. So come on in the room and let's get ready for this conversation. For those that don't know me or haven't seen my live, my name is Dr. Mary L. Boyd, and I am your freedom specialist. I help high powered, high achieving, high performing women. Basically, I call it break up with broke, break up with the broke mindset, break up with the broke speech that they're telling themselves, right? And break up with living their life on a 2 week cycle, that paycheck to paycheck life. Okay. So that is who I am. And again, people have always said that a job was just over broken. Again, I thought it was, kind of cheeky, right? I thought it was a kind of cheeky acronym, if you will, for your job. But I have learned that your job is not you being just over broke. It is actually your journey of becoming. Your job, that JOB, stands for Journey of Becoming. Somebody can drop that in the chat room as well. Drop it in the chat room. And if you are watching this live, put hashtag live in the chat room as well. Put hashtag live in the chat room. So your job is not, you're just over broke. Your job is your journey of becoming. All these people that talk like that say that your job is just over broke, act like that they've never had one. Okay. And, oh, I see them coming in the chat room. Yes. And that that job that they did have didn't help them survive, right? It's great to become an entrepreneur. It's great to become a solopreneur, a hustlepreneur, a business owner, whatever you are to get yours, right? That's fine. But don't act like that the job didn't pay your bills at one point in time. Okay. Don't act like it didn't pay that rent or that mortgage. Don't act like it didn't pay that car note and that car insurance. Don't act like it didn't put food on the table and help put clothes on your back. That job, it was not your just over broke. It was your journey of becoming. And I think if people would change their perspective of what their job is, it will take them a long way and it would actually help them deal with being in a job. See, I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. I have. And since I was about 16, y'all, I have always known that I wouldn't work for someone else all my life. That was just in me, okay? And so, yeah, I fell for the just over broke. And but I had to realize that it wasn't that. See, these jobs that I've had since I was 14 years old, they have helped shape and mold me into the business person that I am now. It has sharpened my customer service skills. They have sharpened my management skills. They have taught me things that school didn't teach me. It has taught me communication, how to deal with people that have all different types of personalities. See, if you didn't go through these jobs and have these experiences, how would you know really how to deal with people in your business? How would you know when things came up, how to deal with certain things? How would you know how to deal with people with different personalities if you did not have a job, right? Some of you all's jobs have shaped and molded your business. It has given you the skill set, the desire, the heart to want to help people in other areas, right? So, for instance, I'll just kind of use something general. Somebody worked in HR, right? And they were responsible for interviewing people and taking people through orientation and making sure they got acclimated on their first day. Well, that person could actually start their own business in teaching and training people how to transition from jobs. They can teach how to resume write. They can teach how to interview and ask questions in the interview, take notes, dress for the interview. They can teach transferable skills. So they can actually create their own business based on what they learned in their job, right? That is the critical part of your job, your journey of becoming. You're in this space, right? Becoming who God calls you to be, right? Whatever it is that He wants you to do, whatever assignment that He has for you in life, your job is preparing you for that. And so when you walk into that job that you feel like you can't stand, right? That it gives you a headache every time you get close to the job. You don't like to deal with the people and you feel like you're so miserable. If you change your perspective of what that job is doing for you, if you already know that you are an entrepreneur, you have that spirit, right? You feel like you can't work for anybody all your life, then what is it that that job is supposed to teach you? What is it that it is supposed to help you with? What skill sets is it supposed to give you to help you do this thing that you want to do? See, if you look at your job like that and you feel like you're getting something valuable from it, it makes going to work a whole lot easier. And it shifts your focus on what you hate about it to what you love about it, right? You You say you hate the people, right? I can't stand the people, water cooler talk, all of that type of stuff. But when you say, in my business, I am going to have to deal with people in all walks of life. So if I don't learn how to deal with these people on this job, how am I going to deal with them when I'm running my business? Oh, there's a lesson I need to learn. I need to make sure that I understand how to deal with people in the different situations that come up. Oh, okay, let me learn that skill set, right? If you're in accounting or dealing with any type of books and numbers in your current job, right? And you want to run your own business, if you don't know how to do the books, right? Starting out, because not everybody start their business being able to hire an accountant, right, to or bookkeeper to do their books. So you may be it. Okay, you may be it. So because that job is teaching you how to do it, but it's also teaching you how what not to do, right? If you have a manager or supervisor that is standoffish, that don't have speak, that talk to people any type of way, that don't really help their people. When you go to run your own business, you will need to be more personable and speak to your staff. You need to make sure that you have a policy or way for them to communicate with you openly, right? You need to make sure that you know the things that they need to do so you can help make sure they're successful, right? There's so many things that you get from it. So, not just the things of what to do, but you also receive what not to do, right? You also receive what not to do. It's funny because, y'all, my background, and I love to see the journey of becomings coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for joining. And also, listen, make sure, because when I'm in the comments on StreamYard, I'm going live through this platform called StreamYard. If you don't allow and click that little link that says allow StreamYard to show your name, I can't shout you out. I don't know who you are. You are just showing up as Facebook user. You're not showing up as anybody's name, okay? So, but I started, my career, it's interesting. I have always been in or been promoted into supervisor management roles. Always, from the age of 16, right? At 14, growing up in DC, we had the summer youth program, and you could do the summer youth program, and you would work at like the schools, the botanical gardens, and things of that nature. So I did it for 1.5 years, okay? 1.5 years. The first year I did the school system, it was great. The second year I did the botanical gardens. Oh my God. And something just broke me out. I don't know what it was that I was around, and I just couldn't work there. So I ended up applying for a job at McDonald's. I had my work permit. And not McDonald's, it was Burger King. I ended up applying at Burger King and got my first job at Burger King. And y'all, at that time, I was 15, actually. I was 15. And by the time I was 16, I had become like a team lead at Burger King. So every place that I've worked, retail, worked at Payless coming up, Payless shoe store coming up, within like 6 months, I became a store opener and a supervisor. Like, it's just been innately in me to lead, right? And so, what I have learned along the way, how to deal with people and how to communicate, and the different personalities, and my listening skills and that type of thing. And in my adulthood, I came from healthcare management. as well as recruiting management. Okay, so that has been my background: healthcare management in the business office, dealing with support, customer service, collections, that type of thing. And so all of this has shaped and molded me into the business owner I am today, into the entrepreneur that I am today, right? And I had to learn that I had to go through that journey to become this. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing. I believe that no one has arrived. All right. The day that you stop growing, the day that you stop learning is the day that God calls you home. You should always be. But in my years of managing, I have come to realize that, if corporate America would change their philosophy and stop looking for people that want to retire and look for people that want to grow, they will always have new and fresh and upcoming talent coming through their door. I believe no one should be in the same position longer than 5 years. In 5 years at any company, I didn't say you had to change companies. I said positions. Because in 5 years, you should have learned your journey of becoming. You should have learned in that job that you have with that employer something that's helping you grow. Your knowledge should be growing. Your skills should be growing. You should see other areas in the company that you may want to go and work in because of the growth where you are. So every 5 years, I would say 3 to 5, you should be switching positions, growing, right? So that way, when you come out of it and you start your own, you now have a great um, smorgasbord or basket full of skill sets and knowledge in different areas that you can speak to, that you know that you can use within your business, right? And so I know some of the gurus and the coaches that may hear this and hear me say, please stop telling people that their job is just over broke. It's not, because some people got jobs that are paying them very well and they are living a great life on the salary that they're making at that job. And that job may be their assignment that God has them in this season. And God don't do nothing broke. Can I get an amen in the chat room on that? Okay. Let me get an amen in the comments on that. God don't do nothing broke, right? And so we have to stop telling people this, because especially the influencers and people that have like a large following, and people are sitting up there listening to you and they're sucking it in and they're eating it up and they're digesting it and they're going back and regurgitating that information. Oh, your job is just over broke. Thank you. God don't do nothing broke. Yes, right? That they sit up there and they regurgitate that stuff. And it's like, do you hear yourself? And you wonder why you hate going to your job. You wonder why you don't feel like you're receiving anything from your job. And then you wonder why you struggle as an entrepreneur. And the other thing that gets me, let me tell y'all something funny about this, right? The other thing that gets me with this, when people say, oh, your job is just over broke and you need to leave your job and you need, okay, if you are running a business, you are not running that business by yourself, or at least you want to get to the point where you're not running your business by yourself. So you're going to need you an assistant. A lot of people hire VAs, a virtual assistant. You're going to need you an assistant. You're going to need an accountant, a bookkeeper. Yeah, you may outsource those things, but still, they're on your team. They're part of your staff, right? You may need some support staff and customer service people. You may need, based on what you're doing, some people to manufacture things, some shit. So you hiring people for a job, but yet you're telling people a job is just over broke. Somebody make it make sense to me. Can somebody make it make sense for me? How in the world are you going to tell somebody a job is just over broke, but at the same time, you got a team of people that you paying that's working for you? So you telling them that working for you is they're just over broke? That doesn't make any sense, right? And so a lot of times we don't sit and be like, you know what? That make a whole lot of sense, Mary. How is that possible? Exactly. So you got to sometimes think about what people are saying. So when God dealt with me, because I was one of those that fell in that trap of just repeating what somebody said because it sounded good, it was catchy. Yeah, just over broke. I'm getting out this just over broke. Listen, when God dealt with me on that, and he made it clear to me that somebody's job is not their just over broke. It's their journey of becoming. You have to be in that season, in that job, to be able to get what you need to move to the next season and assignment that God has for you. So you need to be asking God, why am I here? What is it that I am supposed to take from this job? What is it that I'm supposed to learn? What skill set am I supposed to learn and start to use to help build the next assignment that you have me on? What is it? And then you go into work looking for that thing. You sit with where you know God is taking you. And then you sit with, okay, I'm supposed to run a candle business. I love making candles and I'm going to run a candle business. And so I'm going to need supplies. So I'm going to need a supplier. So does my job have any a supply department in here? Maybe I could go talk to somebody in there to understand how things work. So when I start to talk to the suppliers I need to talk to, I know what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to need a manufacturer, right? I may have to make it myself for the beginning, right? I may have to be in the kitchen whipping that wax myself, but eventually I'm going to have a manufacturing company. And that manufacturing company is going to manufacture all of my candles and maybe other things that I have. So, how do I deal with it? Does the company that I work for have a manufacturer that they deal with? Who's in charge of dealing with that manufacturer? Maybe I need to go talk to them. Okay, I'm running a business, so I'm going to at least need a bookkeeper, right? And an accountant to do my taxes. Who's the bookkeeper for the company I work for? Let me, as they say, bend his or her ear, right? To make sure that I'm understanding some things. Wow, it's a lot of personalities in this. How am I dealing with the different personalities? Am I standoffish? Am I short with people? Do I not give grace? Am I not a good listener? Well, how am I supposed to run the business and have people working for me if I'm not the one that's going to listen and give grace and understand? So let me start working on that skill set. So your job, you have to shift your mindset when it comes to your job. And if your job is that bad, like the environment is so bad, then get you another one. But walk into the next one with a different mindset. When you know better, you do better, right? So walk into that new job with a different mindset, and you are walking into it with, okay, this is part of my process. Yes, Crystal, this is part of my process. This is my journey of becoming. This is what I need to go to the next level, to walk in the next season, to deal with the next assignment that God has for me. Right? I mean, it is just so important that you do that. You know, we're starting out the new year. We're on day 2 of month 2 of 2024, and a lot of you again have goals, dreams, and aspirations. Some of you want to build businesses, you want to become an entrepreneur, right? You want your time back, you want your freedom, right? To do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. That, you know, you want that. You want some peace of mind, you want joy, right? You want your happiness in you. We know joy is something God gives you. Happiness is what the world can give you, right? And what you do. So you want to do things that make you happy, right? That makes you smile, right? That fills your heart, that makes you feel fulfilled. And so a lot of people, especially since the pandemic, has moved into entrepreneurship. But a lot of people have realized that they really don't know how to run a business. They know how to do the thing. They know how to make the t-shirt. They know how to make the candle. They know how to write the book. You know, they know how to coach the person in whatever it is that they're coaching them in. They know how to do the actual work. But I have found when it comes to business, oh my goodness, people do not know how to run business because they've never learned. They never went into their job saying, this job is a business. I want to be a business owner one day. What business things can I learn? What business skill sets, right? What business knowledge can I gain from this company, this employer that I'm working for? Ooh, they got SOPs. Okay, I'm going to need some SOPs when I start my business, when it starts to grow, and I need to know when I'm hiring somebody, they need to know what to do. I need some SOPs. All right. You know, they don't walk into businesses like that. It's amazing the way that we look at how business is. And so we have this entrepreneurial spirit, or we know that we are gifted and talented by God, right? And that there are so many things we can do and so many things that we can do to make money. And during the pandemic, when a lot of people were laid off, businesses were shut down, when I tell you the world tapped into their gifts and talents, and so many entrepreneurs were entrepreneurs, yes, eat the meat and spit out the fat. Eat the meat and spit out the bones that will benefit you and your journey. Exactly, exactly, right? And so, so many people turn to entrepreneurship, but y'all, they wasn't ready because they ain't know. So many people did not know, and there are a lot of people who started businesses during the pandemic 2020, 2021 that have since closed and had to shut down because they knew how to do the thing, but they did not know how to run the business, right? And we have to know how to run business. Let me tell you. So y'all know I love to cruise. Okay. Another side note. I love cruising. I absolutely love cruising. So I'm actually going on a cruise in the next week, actually. And I'm excited about it. And so I'm like, oh, Mary, what do you want to do with your hair? I think I want some crochet braids. So I went online looking for a couple of different stylists that can do this specific style. And both of them, you have to do a consultation before you book the appointment. So one of them, they want you to number one, you got to pay for the consultation. Okay, it wasn't much. It was like uh $25 for one, and then the other one was like $30. So they pay for the consultation. Okay, great. So one person's consultation was, after you booked it, you had to text them pictures of your hair. All right, you had to text them pictures of your hair. Y'all, I ain't heard from them yet. Okay. Sent the text message, didn't get a response. I received it during the appointment time, because she said you can text the pictures at any time after you book the appointment, right? So the appointment technically was 10 o'clock today. I sent the pictures yesterday. You think at 10 o'clock today I received a response to my email, to my text messages? Nope. Have I received a response yet? Nope. Right? So, second person went on her site, went on her scheduler. She does virtual consultations. She has a scheduling calendar. Scheduled the consultation in the available time that's on her calendar that she sets. She ends up canceling the virtual consultation. It sends a email, text message. I think it was just kind of an automated one that says, sorry, the person has denied you or not accepted your appointment. Please call or send an email to reschedule. Okay. I've sent an email and I have called. You think I've gotten a response yet? Nope. So both situations has taken my money for my consultations that they did not honor, right? So I'm gonna extend some grace, y'all. I'm gonna extend some grace. I'm gonna give it another day. Give it one more day. And then if I don't hear from them, then I'll be getting my money back. Okay. But I told that story just about business, right? How are you going to have a required consultation, but then don't respond to the consultation? How are you going to have times on your calendar that you set and then not honor them? Like this experience of trying to do business with businesses since the pandemic has been interesting. Everything from, my husband is the yard person, I'm not, and he has called people to order pine straw. They say, okay, we will come this day at this time, and then don't show up. Don't show up, don't follow up, don't call back, don't, I'm sorry, like nothing. And I know he has gone through that at least 4 or 5 times. Like, it's like, what are you doing? You don't know how to do business. That's the problem. And so it is time for our community. It is time for us, because how are you going to be a wealthy diva if you don't know how to do business? And that's even do business in your personal household. A lot of things that you learn on your journey of becoming on your job, it also helps you run your household, because your household is a business. Listen, you got to keep a schedule, especially if you are married with children, honey. Okay? Your household is a business. You have to deal with the children, many personalities, right? You got to deal with the husband, a whole nother personality in itself, right? You have to keep a schedule for yourself, for the husband, for the kids. You have tasks that you have to do, washing clothes or cooking or doing school projects with the kids, cleaning out your closet, like whatever, right? You have to pay bills. You have to save some money. You have to have a plan for your house, for your home. So your house is your business. And a lot of times, what do? We run our household the way that our parents ran their household because that was our experience. How many of y'all do some of the same stuff your mother or your father did? Put me in the comments. If that's you, drop a me in the comment, okay? You do the same thing that your mother or father did, right? Because that's how you saw your house. Your mama was like, do not go to bed with dishes in my sink. You better not go, she better not come down in that kitchen and dishes are in the sink because she will wake you up to come clean the dishes because she said don't go to bed with no dishes in the sink. Some of y'all have adopted that same philosophy. Do not go to bed with dishes in the sink, right? So there are a lot of things. Even I'm gonna tell y'all, my mom, the way that she used to vacuum, she loved the lines in the carpet. So when I got my own place, I started that. I was like, the lines in the carpet, right? Until I got a little old, like, listen, I don't care how these lines look. I just need to vacuum this carpet, okay? But a lot of times, what we learn is being taught through us, through our experiences at home. There are things we take and there are things we don't. And then we have our experiences at our job. There are things you take and there are things you don't, right? And that is what starts to shape and mold who you are, right? That's the first. And then once you add some God onto that, it all comes together, right? And so I just wanted to stop on today to let you all know that your job is not your just over broke. Your job is your journey of becoming. And it is time for you to look at it a different way. Because if you want different in your life, there are different things that you have to do. And the first thing to becoming a wealthy diva is to shift your mindset in all areas of your life that is not uh, suiting you well, right? It is not providing for you. It is not helping you in any way go to the level in which you want to go to, but that God wants you to go to, right? He can't move you to the next assignment if your mind is still jacked up. As they say, you can't pour old wine into new wineskin. So the new season and the new assignment that he has for you, how are you going to go there if your mind is still old? If you're still looking at things the same way, if you're still thinking about things the same way, if you're still speaking in the same vernacular, right? You are not going to be able to be successful in the new season and the new assignment. So to become a wealthy diva, right? That wealth is in all, it's not just money. The wealthy diva really ain't about money at all. Money is the byproduct. When you get everything else straight, oh, the money will flow. The money will flow, I'm telling you, right? And so to become a wealthy diva, your mindset has to shift. So I hope that this has resonated with someone as they go to work on Monday. I thought this was a great conversation to have on Friday so you can get your life this weekend, right? And walk into that job on Monday, knowing that I am walking into my journey of becoming. This is the process, and I'm walking in here with a different attitude to what am I supposed to receive from this? What am I supposed to learn to take me on this journey of life that I'm on that's going to help make me a better person? Okay, that's going to help make me a better person to achieve the things that I want to achieve in my life. See, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know until until you learn it, and then you realize you didn't know that. Somebody tell you something, you be like, "Oh wow, I didn't know that," and you didn't even know you needed to know it. Right? You didn't even know you needed to know it. And so now, now you know. Now you know your JOB is not your just over broke. You know that your JOB is your journey of becoming. You're going to walk in there. They're going to be like, who is this coming up in here today? Who is this woman? Ask, look, who that woman? How about who that woman coming in here? Her attitude is different. Her stance is different. Her walk is different. The way that she's talking is different. And it's all going to manifest in the work that you produce. And when you produce excellent work, that work that you are doing is seeds that you're sowing. And that seed is then all of a sudden going to start bearing fruit, and opportunities going to come your way, and doors are going to open up, and things just because you shifted the way you thought about your job, your journey of becoming. Oh my goodness. I hope you all enjoyed this today. Listen, listen, listen. As you continue to venture into 2024, and you are on this journey, I would love to work with you and help you become the full wealthy diva that you are. Okay, the full wealthy diva that you are. These are steps to break up with the broke mind, right? So that way you can start moving in a direction and stop living your life on 2 week intervals. I know some people say, Mary, what you mean 2 week intervals? Paycheck to paycheck. You live your life from paycheck to paycheck. What you do in 2 weeks is determined on your paycheck. And what that paycheck has to pay within those 2 weeks before you get the next one. Guys, God did not mean for us to live like that. I'm telling you, He did not. There's nothing abundance and overflowing in that. So I want to help you. And yeah, the ones that's making all the money too, because that stems from your mindset, right? Been there. Worked since I was 14 years old, had to help pay bills in the house, right? My mom was a single mom because my dad passed. And when I was like 5 years old, he passed, and she just never remarried. So a single family house, and I'm the youngest of four. My sibling that's next to me is 6 years older than me. So by the time she was 18, 19, I was 12, she was gone. So it was just me and my mom, right? So I had to help pay bills. And then that gave me the mindset of, oh, when I get out on my own and start making my own money, I'm not going to work just to pay bills. How many of y'all said that? So then got the credit cards, didn't understand them, right? Spent those up, didn't know about credit itself, jacked that up, right? made arrangements on bills just so I could buy a pair of shoes because I deserve it, because I work hard and I done made all this money. Listen, and so we carry that. We carry that a lot of times with it doesn't matter how much money you make. You still feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. And you like, how am I single with no kids? I'm making over 6 figures and I still don't have no money. How do I not have a bunch of debt and I'm making $50,000, $60,000 a year and I still don't have no money? Where's it going? And it's a lot of times it has to do with that mindset and getting some things together, being accountable to yourself and being honest with yourself and taking a good look in the mirror at yourself, the decisions that you are making and what you are doing. Okay. And so it is so imperative that we start to journey down a different path. So I would love to help you journey down that path. If you type free me in the comments, free me in the comments, I will contact you so we can do a freedom call. Okay, we can do your freedom call so we can start getting you on the right track. Or if you click the link in my bio, and you can schedule the call there, and then we will connect to start. Because listen, you do not want 2024 to be like 2025. 2023. You do not want 2024 to be like 2023. And 2023 was like 2022, and 2022 was like 2021. Like, at some point, we got to do something different, y'all. At some point, we have to do something different. Oh, I see somebody say free me. I'll find them. I'll find them in the chat room on Facebook who it was, because it just says Facebook user. But I will, we have to do something different. God told me that the 2024 was the year of execution. And execution just doesn't mean getting things done. He revealed to me that execution also means to kill something off. And there are some things in some of y'all lives that need to be killed off. And they have to be killed off before you can move forward and complete some things, execute some things, right? And so I am here for all of it for you. So go ahead, put free me in the comments or click the link in my bio to schedule a call. Let's connect and let's get you on your freedom journey. So ladies, I will be here next Friday at 12:30, and I can't wait to see you then. Have a blessed day, y'all. A blessed weekend. As I always like to end, be blessed, live on purpose, and let's walk. Bye, everybody.